Thank you for subscribing to our channel. Today is Sunday, April 18, 2021. Al Jazeera report. Multiple rockets hit Iraqi airbase, wounding 2 soldiers. At least 5 rockets hit the Iraqi military airbase at Balad north of Baghdad, wounding 2 Iraqi soldiers, the Iraqi military said in a statement. Security officials had said earlier that the Katyusha rockets had fallen on the area of the base that houses U.S. contractors, and that no casualties had been reported. No group immediately claimed the attack on Sunday, but armed groups that some Iraqi officials say are backed by Iran have claimed similar incidents in the past.
BBC report. Russia will face consequences if Navalny dies, US. The UK, France, Germany and the European Union have also expressed their concern over his treatment. Navalny's doctors say he will die within the next few days, if not given urgent medical attention for acute back pain and leg numbness. Russia's ambassador to the UK has said that Navalny is attention-seeking and will not be allowed to die in prison. A prominent critic of President Vladimir Putin, Navalny, 44, was jailed in February for old embezzlement charges, which he claims are politically motivated.
BBC report. France kidnapping. Girl found with mother accused of ordering abduction. The girl was in good health after being found in an abandoned factory in the border village of Saint Croix, French prosecutor François Perron said. Her mother, Lola Montemaggi, was taken into Swiss police custody. Officials say she ordered the abduction of the girl, of whom she no longer had custody, from her grandmother's home. On Sunday, Mr. Perron said investigators determined that mother and daughter entered Switzerland on the day of the kidnapping and spent the night in a hotel in Estavayer-le-Lac, near the border with France.
BBC report. Table Mountain fire burns out of control in Cape Town. The blaze has destroyed part of a cafe at the Rhodes Memorial overlooking the city's port. Hundreds of students have been evacuated from a nearby University of Cape Town campus. The fire is moving towards the campus, the Western Cape government said. 3 helicopters are waterbombing the flames. Firefighters were first alerted at 9:15 local time, 06:45 GMT. Local Environment Chief Anton Bredel said the situation was serious and the wind was picking up, which he said was a cause for concern.
CNN report. A Minnesota National Guard and police team were shot at in a drive-by shooting, official says. A Minnesota National Guard and Minneapolis police team were fired upon in a drive-by shooting Sunday morning, the state National Guard said in a news release. The team was providing neighborhood security in Minneapolis when, at about 19 minutes past 4 a.m. local time, 5:19 a.m. ET, a light-colored SUV drove by and several shots were fired. No team members were seriously injured, though 2 National Guard members suffered minor injuries. One was injured by shattered glass and taken to a local hospital, while the other suffered only superficial injuries, the statement said.
Deutsche Welle report. Coronavirus. EU hints it might not order AstraZeneca jab again. Thierry Breton, the EU's Internal Markets Commissioner, said Sunday that nothing is decided concerning the bloc's plans to open any further contracts with AstraZeneca. We're pragmatic. My priority, as far as the vaccines are concerned, is to ensure that the firms we have contracts with deliver them punctually, Breton told France's BFM TV television. EU officials have been highly critical of AstraZeneca, which has faced significant delays in delivering the first batches of its vaccine to the bloc.
CNN report. At least 97 injured in Egypt as train derails. At least 97 people were injured when a train went off the tracks near the city of Touq, north of Cairo on Sunday, according to Egypt's Ministry of Health. More than 50 ambulances were dispatched by the Ministry of Health to rescue the injured from the train crash. The Egyptian Railways Authority said it was still investigating the cause of the train accident that was heading from Cairo to Mansoura on Sunday.
CNN report. Chicago Mayor Lightfoot under pressure to reform police amid outrage over Adam Toledo shooting. Lori Lightfoot pledged on the day she was inaugurated 23 months ago as Chicago's first black female and first gay mayor that reform is here, but Amid outrage following last week's release of video of the police killing of 13-year-old Adam Toledo, the mayor faces a new round of questions about how Chicago Police Department policies and oversight will change, and why she hasn't yet delivered on her promise.
Fox report. Portland church damaged in riot says cost of repairs will take away from feeding the homeless. Portland businesses and a church picked up the pieces Saturday morning between nights of unrest in the city following a number of police shootings nationwide. Groups of around 100 people moved around the streets of Portland, either protesting or looking to cause damage on Friday night, leading police to declare a riot. The mayhem marked the third night in 5 days that police have declared a riot in the city in the wake of police shootings nationwide, including those claiming the lives of Adam Toledo, 13, in Chicago, and Dante Wright, 20, in Brooklyn Center, Minnesota.
Fox report. Reporter's notebook. The passing of a prince. There was barely a cloud in the sky over England for the day of Prince Philip's funeral. Unusual, but perfect for the send-off of one of its favorite royals. In fact, the Royal Navy's tribute to the one-time sailor and pilot was, in part, fair winds and following seas, the maritime message for smooth sailing. And for the Duke of Edinburgh, and all watching, his funeral was partly due to COVID-19 restrictions but also due to the royal's own wishes. It was a relatively simple affair, scaled back and straightforward.
Deutsche Welle report. Moscow expels 20 Czech diplomats in tit-for-tat move. Russia has ordered 20 Czech diplomats to leave the country by Monday following a similar move by Prague, the foreign ministry announced Sunday. Czech authorities expelled 18 Russian diplomats on Saturday, accusing them of being secret agents with ties to a deadly explosion at a Czech munition depot in 2014. They also said 2 Russian spies wanted over the 2018 poisoning of former Russian double agent Sergei Skripal in England were involved in the depot blast.
Fox report. Man charged with attacking undercover NYPD cop released without bail. The man charged with trying to shove an Asian undercover cop onto Queens subway tracks was cut loose without bail Sunday, as the judge claimed. My hands are tied, suspect Richard Hernandez, 32, who faces 3 hate crime charges in the attack on the unnamed cop on a Long Island City train platform around 5:30 p.m. Saturday, even had an earlier open container summons dismissed in court at the same time.
Al Jazeera report. Ontario's COVID crisis. This scenario was entirely preventable. Montreal, Canada. Dr. Nahid Dosani says healthcare workers in Ontario are angry, working tirelessly amid a recent surge of COVID-19 infections, which have quickly filled up intensive care units across the Canadian province. Hospital staff are dealing with immense trauma and moral injury as they treat scores of coronavirus patients, said Dosani. But what makes it even more difficult? The Toronto-based palliative care physician and health justice activist told Al Jazeera, is watching the Ontario government put measures in place that he says will not do enough to get the pandemic under control.
CNN report. U.S. and China agree to cooperate on climate change after talks in Shanghai. The U.S. and China have agreed to cooperate on climate change after 2 days of high-profile meetings in Shanghai, despite rising tensions between the two countries. In a joint statement released on Sunday, Washington and Beijing said the climate crisis must be addressed with seriousness and urgency, and agreed to work together to strengthen the implementation of the Paris Agreement. The United States and China will continue to discuss, both on the road to COP26 and beyond, concrete actions in the 2020s to reduce emissions aimed at keeping the Paris Agreement-aligned temperature limit within reach, the statement said.
Deutsche Welle report. Pakistan police and banned party supporters clash. Report. Amid a crackdown by the police, TLP supporters have protested in Lahore over the past few days, demanding the expulsion of the French ambassador over publication of cartoons of the Prophet Muhammad. A TLP leader said in a video statement that several party members were killed and others injured as security forces attacked their protest. We will not bury our dead till the French ambassador is expelled, TLP's Shafiq Amini said in a video message.
Al Jazeera report. UEFA threatens to ban clubs that join breakaway Super League. European football's governing body UEFA has warned clubs linked to a breakaway Super League that they face being banned from domestic and international competitions if they set up a rival to the Champions League. In a joint statement on Sunday with Spanish, English and Italian leagues and federations, UEFA said it will consider all measures, including the courts, in opposition to plans for a breakaway competition.
Fox report. Ontario retracts new coronavirus restrictions that banned playgrounds, involved police after outcry. Ontario's premier retracted restrictions Saturday that banned playgrounds and allowed police to require anyone not at home to explain why they're out after a backlash from police forces, health officials and the public. The pandemic restrictions imposed by Canada's most populous province immediately ran into opposition as police departments insisted they wouldn't use new powers to randomly stop pedestrians or motorists, and health experts complained the rules focus on outdoor activities rather than more dangerous indoor settings.
Thank you for watching 5 p.m. recap. To be notified, you can subscribe our channel and activate the bell.